Volume 3, exercise I hate for lower body. Let's get it. All right, guys, since push and pull went ever so well, the top 1 and 2 exercises that I hate for each body part, let's do it for lower body. So, guess where I am? The fucking squat rack. Now, very counterintuitive because so people are gonna say, hey Chris, like squats are great, and guess what? I built the majority of my leg foundation in this rack, in this very rack, with a straight bar. But guess what? I squat very, very upright. I don't get my hips and ass into it. I don't get my lower back into it. And sadly, when most people squat, that's what they do. So let me show you some reasons why I hate the squat for leg growth. And then I'll talk about what are some better options for it. So I'm gonna get him to come over to the side and I'll show it. All right, guys, so here we are in the squat. Now, my setup here is absolutely perfect. Everything looks great. That's how I've squatted for years. Now, here's what happens. A lot of people get great depth, but the first thing they do here is they raise their ass up. Now, do you see that load transfer? It went from my quads to my erectors, and then I good morning it up. That is not quads, that is lower back, ass and hamstrings. So, you get here, and then they fold, and then what I call a worm up, right? Or here, I've even seen it here where there's like, here, I don't even like doing that because I'm scared I'm gonna blow my fucking back out. So, if this is how you squat, don't fucking do it. Next thing a lot of people do wrong. This. That is not doing dick. I can get a lot of plates on there, probably stack the thing at the end of the bar, but I'm still doing shit for quad development. And last thing here I see a lot of times is people's stance just being way off. They either do super wide, and they're here, and then the range of motion sucks because they lack hip mobility, or they do all this new fancy shit. This form of squat I've seen, oh shit, I don't know. I feel like every fucking week on Reels of some Instagram influencer, whether it be dude or girl. And you know the one common thing with all of this is none of them have big legs. They're all fucking teeny. Like, you wanna wear those hoochie daddy shorts where your legs like this? Stop it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how the setup is, right? So they take a plate, they take what they call like a ballerina stance, and they call it a sissy squat. They do this shit. I'm telling you right now, this isn't doing dick because you can't load it. It's the exact stuff I talked about in the video 1 and 2 of exercise I hate. If you can't load an exercise effectively and heavy enough to stimulate growth, it's not gonna happen. So when you put yourself in that really narrow stance with a bar on your back trying to balance, or a kettlebell, they hold a kettlebell or a dumbbell here to the chest and they try to front load it, it just doesn't stimulate quad growth, guys. I would much rather see you get on the hack squat or the leg press and work your fucking dick off. Because I promise you, you'll be able to isolate your quads, work your quads, load your quads extremely effectively by doing leg press and squats. And I could give you countless examples of clients where I've proven this over and over again. So the squat, not doing it properly for quad growth. If you want to use the squat, I really challenge you all to get out there and watch tons and tons of Tom Platt's videos at his form, his depth, how he has his ankle mobility is next level. That's why he's able to squat and build big ass legs. Most people squat and get big asses and big low erectors, or they fuck their back up. So let me show you the second exercise I hate for quads. All right guys, I'm in the leg press. If you watch my videos, you know I freaking love this piece. Because you can get on here, lock in, my back supported, and it just feels really great. I can drill my quads, I can drill my hamstrings, I get my glutes into it, depending on if I change my foot placement. But let me show you 2 ways to do this properly, and then the final way that people are doing now that blows my fucking mind. So, if I'm gonna leg press on here normally, I'm gonna take 1 or 2 stances. I like a hip width, heels to the bottom of the platform. Right there. This is gonna give me the most power, the most strength, and 9 times out of 10, this is where I'm gonna move the max amount of load and really pound my quads. Now, let's say I really wanna focus on quad sweep, and if you watched this video, you'll see great examples of how to do it. But I talk about the V stance here. So my feet are V'd, and then they're still to the bottom of the platform, and I'm gonna track my knees outside of my rib cage. Now, let's say for example, I had a quad imbalance, and one was drastically bigger than the other. I would do single leg press. So here, literally single leg here, come down, and then press up. Single leg, right? Just like that. And then when I've done 12, 10, 15 reps, 20, I just simply switch legs, drill the other side. Now, all of those, so the hip width, the V stance, the single leg, are all what I view as acceptable work. Really good bang for your buck exercises. That's gonna help pack on tissue to your lower body. This next thing I'm about to show you is just fucking laughable. So, the sideways leg press. We're here. In what world? Like, I don't even want to do a fucking rep. Like, this right here just feels so unnatural and fucking hurts, and people are like, oh, it drills my sweep. That just feels fucking, my knee is literally clicking. I'm not gonna do another one. I'm not gonna do another one. It's fucking awful. It doesn't feel good. It hurts, and it puts me in a weird compromised position. I've seen guys go in here with like maybe one plate aside. Go back to that same argument. If you can't load it properly, it's not gonna help grow tissue. Stop fucking doing it. All right, guys. 3A, same shit. I'm sideways in a fucking hack squat. All right, so I'm here. Oh, I know what you're saying. Drilling quad sweep. Oh, my quad sweep, bro. It's growing. Fuck. Fun fact, you are not Nick Walker. You are not 300 pounds of abs. I don't care if you see him doing this exercise. He already has the majority of tissue he needs. He was bigger than you are currently as a fucking teenager. Oh, it's so frustrating. Face out, do 2 legs and load that bitch with reverse bands. And I promise, if you're hitting 10 to 20 reps on that every week, adding reps, adding weight, your quads will be fucking huge or way bigger than they are now. Not none of this fancy sideways shit where you might have a quarter load on it. Quit it. All right, hamstrings. It's something that's near and dear to my heart because, as you all know, as I've told you plenty of times, my hamstrings used to suck huge dick. And that's because I focus way too much energy on the deadlift platform doing RDLs. And I thought, man, the heavier I load my hamstrings with RDL, the thicker and nasty they're gonna be from the side and from the back. And for me, as John taught me all those years ago, it just didn't work. Like, I was doing 3 plates aside RDLs with 4 chains aside for sets of 10 to 15. And yes, I could feel it. They would get kind of pumped, but nothing compared to all the leg curl variations that he taught us with triple drops, iso holds, partials. That's the shit that added tissue to my hamstring. So let me just do a couple reps of RDLs just so I can talk about some other reasons that I don't like it. All right, so I always like to do a shoulder width grip here, a narrow stance. I didn't like to go really wide stance. Now, this is a great exercise if I really push my hips back and don't overstretch. So for me, hips back, right to about right there. So that's a couple inches below my kneecap, and come up and then flex my glutes or just keep tension on the hamstring. So if I want to keep tension on my hamstring, I go here and just come to there. Go there, come to here. If I want to flex and get my glutes into it, come all the way up, squeeze glutes, right back down. Now, that's, if you do these and you feel them and you're growing, by all means, God, keep doing them. But the problem I see a lot of times is you'll get people not doing hamstrings. They'll start doing this weird shit where they get a lot of lower back into it because they're trying to go too low. So they'll start thinking I'm all the way down to here. That's my fucking lower back. My hamstrings are turned off. Boom. That is a shitload of low back. Or they don't shove their hips back far enough. They start doing this. That's just a deadlift. That's literally a deadlift. So they take an exercise that is really good for stretching and lengthening the hamstring, and they turn it into a back exercise. And there's so many joints, right? You have the knee, you have the hip, and then they start doing weird shit with their arms that bring other muscles into the equation. So we, as you know, like doing hamstring RDLs at the very end of the leg day to stretch everything out with moderate load. But what I see a lot of times is kids hear a lot of famous pros and people that have a lot of knowledge, they say, oh man, you gotta go in there and heavy RDL. And then what they do is they come straight to the gym, they do a few shitty sets of leg curls just to get warm. They come up here and they spend a ton of energy and time on the RDL. And man, I've seen young kids do as much as 5 plates aside on this, and their hamstrings are terrible. And they'll come to me and be like, Chris, I don't understand, like, why my hamstrings suck? Yours hang, I've never seen you do RDL heavy. Guess what? Because I've learned to max out the fucking leg curls and really learn to fight that pain. So if you want big, thick, nasty hamstrings, I'm telling you all right now, get extremely strong, extremely good with down in your connection on lying and seated leg curls, and that's gonna be the key to hamstring growth. All right, all aboard. Final piece of legs, calves training. So we've all been to gyms and seeing like bros with their swole mates doing fucking stupid ass donkey calf raises. Let me tell you something. Unless your girlfriend or wife is morbidly fucking obese, this is not gonna be heavy enough. Chaz might be 165 pounds, and that's not even a fucking warm-up. So, get off this stupid nonsense fucking exercise and get on the standing calf raise and load it properly. Not only is it weird, like if you and your bros have it, it's fucking nuts for sitting on my back. Like, stop trying to do things for attention. It doesn't adequately load the calf. Donkey calf raises are a great exercise. We have this piece right here. Great piece. That's a 300-pound stack. And it's fucking heavy because it's old school real weight. So if you want to load the donkey calf raise and you don't have one of these pieces, I'll show you the video above of how we set this up to where you can adequately load it with enough weight to stimulate your calves for growth. So I'm telling you guys, stop the nonsense. Like, if you want to flirt with your girlfriend, if you want to fill her fucking vagina on your back, like, do that shit after the gym. If you're here to grow calves, get fucking serious and start training the right way. All right, on to glutes. Now, I know you guys, a lot of you guys out there may not do a lot of direct glute training, but if you do, and it's not a heavy barbell glute bridge or RDLs or whatever you do for glutes, maybe a kickback, a single leg press, whatever that may be, what you'll see a lot of females doing, so this is directed specifically to females, and dear God, if you're a coach and you're programming this stupid shit, stop it, because it's useless. Both of these next things I'm about to show you, I see countless women doing in the gym every week, and it's not doing shit. It's just wasting time. If you want to train your glutes, load those motherfuckers over in the weight room. If you're gonna do treadmill or body weight exercises, it's not a way to put on muscle tissue, guys. It's just not. So, exercise 1, the fucking fire hydrant. All right, so, on all fours, you go in here, 1, 2, and I see this is countless reps. They call it a fire hydrant because it looks like a dog pissing on a fire hydrant. Your legs don't weigh enough or give you enough resistance to grow tissue, even if I flex 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just not doing dick. Stop it. If you want to work that, go get on the abductor machine, put the fucking stack on it, and go to failure. Shocker, right? Heavy weight, working the tissue properly, minimizing joints. Okay. Exercise number 2, let me show you. Next, what I'm doing? Stairmaster with a glute kickback. Oh, I'm growing tissue, guys. I'm growing tissue. I'm leaning over the machine. I'm really kicking back. It's air. It's no resistance. If you want to work your glutes, get in the weight room. If you want to do cardio to burn fat, burn fat. Don't do them simultaneous. It's not some miracle answer, guys. If you want to build tissue, you have to challenge the muscle with heavy load, or lots of volume, or supersets, extreme burning, extreme pump. This is cardio. Save it for burning fat. There you have it. The completion, series 1, 2, and 3 of Exercise I Hate. Now, if you all know, I absolutely love leg training. And I love it because it's hard, because it challenges me. It makes me really tap into my heart and prove how bad I want it. Like, that's what I love about leg training. And I think, sadly, so many people who have shitty legs or undeveloped legs are searching for this like holy grail of, I'm missing this fancy exercise, or maybe I'm not banning this, or using chains, or I'm not doing this secret formula. And the answer is, we just have to work fucking hard at exercises you feel. If you do that, I'm telling you, you need 2 hamstring, 3 quads, 1 glute, and it's fucking done, guys. It's done. Like, and you might need 1 or 2 sets of each exercise. But those 1 or 2 sets have to be to the absolute brink of death. And that's how you grow quads, hamstrings, and glutes. You have to challenge the tissue. You have to challenge your heart and your brain, because it's gonna tell you to stop. But you have to fight that urge to push. And when your body says no, you say, motherfucker, I'm doing 5 more or 10 more, and you find a way. And every week you come back and you go at it harder than you did last time. Once you start getting good at these basic exercises that I'm talking about, you'll start to develop anxiety before you walk in the gym on leg day. And if you do that, and then you're beating your logbook, if you're getting bigger pumps, if you're pushing your body and brain further than you ever have, I've yet to see anyone I've ever worked with not grow impressive legs. That may be impressive for them. It may not be Phil Heath. It may not be Big Rammy. but your legs will be drastically bigger than what they were before, and 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be bigger than anyone else that comes in the gym. Take these tips, apply them. These exercises that I just showed you, throw them in the fucking garbage, and let's start getting better today. Until next time, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Chris on the TV.